Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel. I talk about Essendon. Welcome if you are new to the channel. Over the last few weeks I've been going through everything about all the players on Essendon's list, all 43 of them. It looks like it actually might be 44 now with the imminent introduction of Killian Murphy. It is Killian, right? I did say Cillian in that video I made about him, but it looks like it'll be 44. But I've been going through all the players on Essendon's list, looking at our expectations of them, what we expect of them going into 2026. So the player I'm looking at today is one of our favourite players, one of my favourite players, Sam Durham, who is 24 years old. Not just coming into his prime, I would say. Rated the club's third best player, midfielder, of course. Comes out of contract in 2028, so we signed him for 4 years not long ago. And he was picked up at pick 9 in the 2021 mid-season draft. He was a rookie for a while, and then he's been elevated to the senior list. And it just goes to show you that you can't put all your eggs in one basket just looking at the national draft. There are players that can become, if not A graders, and I've said I think we've only got one A grader on our list at the moment. My threshold for A graders is high. I don't think Sam Durham is quite that, but he's very, very close. But it just goes to show you can get A graders or very close to that at various points in the AFL ecosystem. It doesn't just have to be in the national draft. You can get plenty of good players through the other avenues, the mid-season draft, rookie draft, and all that sort of stuff. So Sam Durham was a pretty good player from the get-go, but he really exploded in 2024. He was moved into the midfield permanently. He kicked 10 goals in 2024. The year before, he kind of burst on, well, he didn't burst onto the scene, but he kind of was what kind of gave him mainstream name recognition outside of the Essendon community was really that goal he kicked close to the siren against Richmond. Just an aside, Essendon is the only, and I'm just going to, this is something that has been on my mind for a little while. Essendon is the only team that has not kicked a goal after the siren to win a match in the last 100 years. Every other team has done it since the year 2000 or thereabouts. The last time we did it was in 1911. Sam Durham came close in that game. He kicked a goal about 7 seconds before the siren in 2023. And that is one thing. I've been to 500 games of football. You know, one thing I have never seen. I have never seen Essendon kick a goal after the siren to win a game. And that's kind of the Holy Grail is the premiership, obviously. But in a kind of jokey way, it's kind of my Holy Grail. It's the kind of the one thing I've never seen in all my time in football is Essendon kicking a goal after the siren to win a game. 1911. Can you believe that? Every other team. Gold Coast, for God's sake, has done it 3 times. They've only been in the competition since 2011. We haven't done it for 115 years. So it's kind of the thing I'd like to see. I think more than anything else is Essendon kick a goal after the siren. Sam Durham nearly did it, but anyway, I digress. He kind of got name recognition after that goal in 2023 from the wider AFL community, and he really started to excel the year after and became one of our best players. You'd have to say the investment in him is probably the best on the list in terms of what he's given us per where he got picked up. For pick 9 in the mid-season draft to be the club's third best player and a kind of indispensable player for us is, fantastic. That's really what you want. I mean, that's, he's, even if, look, hopefully he's got 10 more years left. He could retire tomorrow, and in the very few games he's played, he's probably delivered more than what most players who were picked up in the mid-season draft have probably delivered. So, a great investment for us. Yeah, so as I said, he's the third best player, played 20 games last year, so he didn't really suffer the injury crisis that so many other players on our list did. Averaged 21.9 disposals a game, 11.8 contested disposals, 5.4 clearances, which makes him elite among AFL players. He's very good in the clearance area, and he chipped in for the 8 goals. Kicked the 10 last year. I think to really top him off, I'd like to see him, the really great midfielders can get up towards a goal a game. He's not quite at that mark, but 8 goals was not too bad. You look at some of his strengths. He's got explosiveness and burst. He's got a quick first step to sort of burst from stoppages, and he's got, I think, very good acceleration as well. He's tough. He doesn't flinch any contest or anything like that. He's got contested strength. He averaged 12.4 12.4 contested possessions per game last year, and he's kind of regarded as a contested possession midfielder for us. Even though he can get the ball a bit on the outside, he really is more regarded as a contested possession forward. He's not bad overhead as well. He's a pretty good mark, and he's actually got good leadership. Weaknesses, look, he hasn't got many obvious weaknesses. He said together himself, his self-admitted goal is he wants to string together full games and have sustained impact. I mean, he probably hasn't had, it's not really a weakness, but one thing that could really top him off as a player is just to have that sustained excellence from game to game, every single game. I wouldn't say he flashes in and out of games or anything like that, but, it's not uncommon for him to excel in a half or a quarter and then not do much for the next. I'd like to see him, that 100% output over the course of a whole game would really top him off. Defensive polish, look, he's a solid tackler, but he's not elite in tackles. He averages 4.1 tackles a game. That's not bad, but the elite AFL midfielders average about 5 and a bit more than that per game. So he's a little bit less. He's probably about 20% less in the tackling, and that might have to do with his slight frame. You think of him as being kind of big. He's actually not. He's only about 75 kilograms. And if he can bulk that up into the high 70s, low 80s, I think that would help him, because it is probably something he can get pushed off the ball a little bit, but that's not for no lack of effort or anything. His effort is 100%. But yeah, just that defensive polish. And I'm probably nitpicking a little bit. There's not too many obvious weaknesses to his game, but we're here to be a little bit critical. We can't just say all the good things about him. So what do we expect of Sam Durham in 2026? Well, the first thing that I would say is, can he get into the leadership group? Now, the leadership group currently is 5 players. It consists of Zach Merritt, who has obviously stepped down as captain, Andrew McGrath, Mason Redman, Kyle Langford and Nick Martin. Now, 2 of those are kind of questionable. Nick Martin has been ruled out of the season with a knee injury, as we know. Zach Merritt is not going to be captain anymore. So does that mean he steps down from the entire leadership group? I think he should. If you're going to step down as captain, there's no point then being vice captain or you might as well step down completely. So that opens up a couple of positions potentially in there. And I'm probably looking at the position that Nick Martin has, because there's kind of 4 senior players in there and then one younger one, Nick Martin. So Durham's 24 years old. I think it would be a good way to get him into the leadership group, and that part of his game can expand even further. I don't know whether he's an on-field leader. He looks like one. He looks like an on-field leader, but I think making him part of the leadership group could really help him. Can he become, the second question I've got is, can he become our best midfielder? He's currently rated our 3rd best player. Look, really 2nd best. Technically last year, I go by these champion data rankings, technically last year, Sam Draper was our 2nd best player from the 5 games that he played. But what does that mean, 5 games, all right? So really, Durham was basically our 2nd best player. Can he become our best player? Obviously, a little bit of a question mark over Merritt and his motivation. I don't think there's problems with his motivation, but we all know what happened. I don't want to go into it and talk about it. In fact, I'm sick of talking about Merritt, right? I should have a little coin jar here, like a swear jar, where I put money into it every time I mention his name, because there's nothing really more that we can say about it. But can Durham become the team's best player? Officially, probably our 2nd best player. If he can add a little bit of bulk and improve his tackling efficiency and add maybe an extra tackle to his game. Doesn't sound like much, but going from 4 to 5 per game is an extra 20%. That's significant. If he can do that, that could just make him an elite player. The third question I've got of Sam Durham is, can he kick more goals? It's not necessarily a weakness in his game. He kicked 8 the year before. He kicked 8 this year just past, 10 the year before. So that's a goal every second match. I'd like to see him up that to 2/3 of a goal a game, maybe 15 goals a game. I think that'd be a really, really good output from a top-line midfielder. It's difficult, I know. You're not in there just to kick goals, but the really, really good midfielders, the A-grade midfielders, probably kick around 15 goals for the year and pushing up towards 20. So, what do you guys think of Sam Durham? I think most of you would agree that he's a fantastic player for us, indispensable player, and it's even more important now, given the loss of Nick Martin, another midfielder, halfback midfielder type player for us. It's even more important that our top players like Sam Durham play well next year. So let me know if there's anything you think I've missed about Sam Durham, any comments you'd like to make. Leave a like, click the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm when you do that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And have a great day, everybody. And as always, Go Bombers!